Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to do a video on Tommy Oliver, what happened to him throughout the years, because this video comes up because I've had some family and friends ask me throughout the years, like, what happened to this character or that character, because most of my family and friends know that I watch Power Rangers for a very long time, and I'm very aware of what happened to the history of these characters, and sometimes people don't watch all the way through, and but they're still curious about what happened to those characters and if they're still around and all that, like if they're still in a wheelchair fighting. I'm happy to say no, Tommy still kicks a lot of ass. As a matter of fact, Jason David Frank is a real MMA fighter. So there you go. And let's get right into this. We're talking about the fictional character of Tommy Oliver. What happened through him throughout the years, starting with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Let's get right into it. So at the beginning of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Tommy is obviously a new student to Angel Grove High and becomes the Green Ranger chosen by Rita to fight the other Rangers. Eventually, the Rangers break the spell off of Tommy, and Tommy joins the team as a main recruit. Eventually, he loses his powers though when Rita brings up the green candle and uses that against Tommy. But Tommy eventually does return as the Green Ranger after losing his powers temporarily, but his powers are now limited. When Lord Zed comes into the picture, he decides to wipe out the Green Ranger entirely, but don't worry, 3 episodes later, he becomes the White Ranger, probably the most powerful Ranger of all time because Tommy is badass. And then after that, Tommy is now the leader of the group and sticks around for the remaining of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But then Power Rangers Zeo comes into the picture, where the Rangers need new powers because the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are wiped out. Their powers are gone for good. There's no candle involved this time, but their powers are done with. So Tommy takes up the powers of the Red Zeo Ranger. In this season, he eventually finds out that he has an adoptive brother because Tommy himself was also adopted. Eventually, at the end of Power Rangers Zeo, they become the Power Rangers Turbo. Turbo is the next season that follows Zeo, where he becomes the Red Turbo Ranger. Eventually, though, Tommy, halfway through the season, decides to retire after graduating high school because he's realizing, you know what, I'm getting too old for this shit, and passes his powers on to TJ. That wouldn't be the end of Tommy, however, because a few years later, Tommy would return in Power Rangers Wild Force in 2002. That would be 5 years later, I believe, where he would return as the Red Zeo Ranger, being reunited with Jason, the original Red Ranger, because both of them teamed up with many of the other Red Rangers throughout the years after their time on the show. Now, after that, 2 seasons later, Tommy returns once again, but not just for a 1 episode stint. He returns for the whole season of Power Rangers Dino Thunder, where he now becomes the mentor of this new team of Rangers. Eventually, he becomes the Black Dino Thunder Ranger, and there is an episode where he has to fight 3 of his past selves, the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, and the Red Zeo Ranger, in a spiritual battle sort of thing, where Tommy has to fight his inner strength because he's in the hospital. He could die, but thankfully his spiritual side fights back and is able to come out alive and kick some ass once again. After that, Tommy returns in Power Rangers SPD, unfortunately not voiced by Jason David Frank. That's right, voiced, because Tommy doesn't even unmorph in this episode, and he is voiced by Jeffrey Perozzo, who played the White Dino Thunder Ranger, who did his best Jason David Frank impression. But the truth is, if this was the last time we were going to see Tommy, not a nice way to go for the fans. I'm just going to say that. Eventually, though, Tommy does return in Power Rangers Super Mega Force, where he has to team up with a whole bunch of other Rangers for the 20th season anniversary, even though it was the season 21. So I don't know why it was the 20th season if it's a season late. But yes, Tommy returns as the Green Ranger once again. He hasn't been in that suit since Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2 when he lost those powers, so it was nice to get to see him in those powers once more. Tommy does return for the 25th anniversary, where he gets to team up with his old-time teammates, Rocky, who does return as the Red Mighty Morphin Ranger, and Catherine, who is the Pink Turbo Ranger. And it's confirmed through this episode that, yes, Tommy and Kat are married and they have a kid. After that, it's unknown where Tommy is going to appear, but there is a graphic novel where it reveals Tommy's possible future, where he actually does have the Master Morpher that is included in the 25th anniversary episode, Dimensions in Danger, where he can transform into all his past powers. The Red Zeo Ranger, the Black Dino Thunder Ranger, the White Ranger, and the Red Zeo Ranger. The Green Ranger. Sorry for that little mistake, guys. But yes, and even in the graphic novel, he transforms into the Red Turbo Ranger, which was another power that Tommy possessed, but it doesn't seem like in the show he used that power, probably because they were indifferent if they should give it to Tommy or not, because TJ has also used the Red Turbo Ranger powers, and he was in that crossover as well. After that, though, it's unknown where Tommy will appear. Maybe that's his final appearance, maybe not. Who knows with this franchise? Jason David Frank seems to be loyal to the fans and appreciate their support. So who knows? Maybe if the fans ever want him again, there's always another chance to see Tommy Oliver. So with that being said, I hope this video helped you guys, and now you know that yes, there are other seasons where Tommy did return to the franchise. And yes, Dino Thunder is probably one that some people will be surprised about. That hardcore, if you're not a hardcore fan and didn't know that, oh wait, Tommy actually came back for a full season, let me check that out. Dino Thunder is considered one of the better seasons that the Disney era had done. So with that being said, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.